for it.
How would it feel to have a thriving fitness business and have the freedom to enjoy life at the fullest? Well, that is exactly what the Trainer Revenue Multiplier Show is going to give you. My name is Mathew Park. This is Jaime Filer.
Hey, guys.
And we are here to serve.
Wicked.
Right?
Wicked.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Trainer Revenue Multiplier Show. I am your co-host, Jaime Filer, and today I have the formidable Alvin Brown. It was the best adjective that came to my mind. I could probably go on for like 8 minutes, just different adjectives about you, sir. How are you?
Beautiful. It's my absolute pleasure to be on here with you. I actually have not had a chance to chat privately with Jaime Filer, the great, the legendary.
We need our own separate conversation, not that this is scripted, but we do have a topic at hand. But I would love to just go back and forth with you. You are a wealth of knowledge and experience, sir.
Long overdue, or this is long overdue.
Absolutely. Well, today's topic for everyone out there is the truth about free. And today's chat is predicated on a specific quote that Matt wrote in his blog, and it is from John Benson, and it's the following. Matthew, give away 75% and get paid handsomely for 25%.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So we are talking about why trainers should give away things for free. Often we think, hey, if I give it away for free, it means that I'm not getting paid for it. It literally means that I am losing money. Alvin, why is that not the case?
You know, Jamie, it's a great conversation. You know, do you know how many times in my past I've had people say to me, well, if it's so great, why are they giving it away for free? If they're making thousands off it, why would they want to give it away? And that's such a limited thinking, a scarcity mindset, that if it's so great, why don't you keep it to yourself? And what I've found is it's an oxymoron, because when someone, here's the thing about free, and great stuff for free, by the way, not cheap stuff for free, not your cheapest stuff, you're just going to give it away. Give away your greatest things, because I find that if people, our mindset is, man, if that's free, what's the rest of the content like? And you're interested. Now you're interested. Because if that's for free, there's a spiritual debt that you build up with people when you give away your best stuff. Yep. But it's such an oxymoron.
Yep. Could not agree more.
Yeah.
So essentially, well, there are probably many more categories of free, but there are three that we've identified. The first one is the live free. Mm-hmm. Hey, join me for a master class. Yeah. Hey, I'm doing a webinar for free. Hey, let's hop on a 30-minute compatibility or consult call.
Yeah.
What is your experience with the live free? How well do they do in your business?
Yeah, the live free, they do great. Anytime you get on something and if you're even a guest on somewhere, a group, you see that with a group where everybody gets on, give their best stuff, some of their best stuff. I find that the one who gives the best, in, say, if you go to, say, let's pick one out, Tony Robbins, he'll gather together 10 different influencers and everybody gives their stuff on. And I find the one that gives away the best stuff is the one that probably gets everybody running to their table or calling their name or following up with them. And so I find, live seminars, there's nothing like live seminars, because you have a part of the group.
I was just this community tribe. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you're more likely to say yes. So I say, again, it's really a weird oxymoron. Give your best stuff.
And what is more valuable than your time? Right?
Yeah.
Right. This isn't just the value of an ebook or the value of a social media detox PDF or something. This is somebody else giving away their time for free. That to me is your best stuff. Your energy specifically, Alvin, that's your best stuff.
That's the best stuff. And it can't be stolen. It can't be duplicated. Not quite like you.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Go ahead. No. I'm sorry. Please keep.
No. Go ahead. There's a thought I was having about the free stuff. and giving away. But go ahead. I'll remember it.
Okay, feel free to write it down or just interrupt me because this
Yeah.
is your podcast.
Done.
Next category is the quick.
Yeah.
Right. It is the ebook. It's the macro cheat sheet. It's the recipes made with this protein powder. The at-home workout plan. Right.
Mhm.
What is the value in the quick?
Yeah. So, it's funny. When I used to travel in the US, taking my son to baseball, and we used to travel, I used to stop at all kinds of used bookstores. And I used to feel like I was stealing something when I went and found Think and Grow Rich for $5 or $2.50. I used to, I'm gonna run out of here, but start the car before they,
Yeah.
And so for me, the free, the quick, the PDFs, the quick stuff. Jay Abraham, you and I both love that.
Yeah.
That marketer, that marketer master. I've got so many of his quote unquote free ebooks. And that's the point I wanted to make, actually.
Okay.
I've got so much of his free stuff from his website, gratis. He gives it away. I mean, you take that away. You take away his free stuff, and you don't actually need to do any of his courses. You don't need to do anything.
Yep.
But now I remember what I was going to say. Here's the thing. No one's going to steal your stuff. Why? Because there's not a lot of people who are applying what they read, what's in the books, anything you want to know. I mean, think about this. Somebody somewhere who's gone through something that you're struggling with, they've written it freely.
Mhm.
This is, hey, here. These are the steps. The Think and Grow Rich. 20 years he studied the most successful. Develop your mastermind, intention, energy. Like, there's so many things he's put in that book. But you got to pick it up and read it. Second, you got to apply it. And that's what a lot of people don't do. So don't worry about skimping on your PDF. Don't give the little skimpy stuff. Give it away. No one. It's very rare someone's ever going to take your stuff and be bigger than you or better than you. So just give it away. So free stuff, small stuff. Yeah, quality all the time.
I think you brought up a great point, and specifically two great marketers, Tony Robbins and Jay Abraham. So I listened to Jay Abraham's podcast.
Yeah.
And I have downloaded Tony Robbins' ebooks. So similar to you.
Yeah.
And those have been free. But guess what, Alvin? The second Tony Robbins has a seminar in Florida, I don't care how much. Take my credit card, Tony. It could be $2,000. It could be $1,000 as a function of what he gave me for free. And same with Jay Abraham. The second Jay Abraham releases his next book, I will have already pre-ordered it. Again, don't care about how much he's going to ask me for, because everything he has divulged in his podcast and his free ebooks, I just want more of.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jamie, I tell you, and in fairness to anybody listening who have had that mindset, that scarcity, in fairness, so I had it too. Jesus, if I give this is my secret. What if I give it away and no one's going to duplicate a damn thing. No one's going to duplicate. It's rare, very super rare that anybody's going to. That's why the 80-20 rule will always be there. The 80% is sitting there, studying the roots, and the 20% eating the fruit. They're making the difference. In any company, there's going to be the 20 earning 80% of the income. It just is what it is. It's just human nature. So anybody listening, give your best stuff.
Yep. The other thing I want to say about that is especially in 2021, there is actually an ebook and an app that has covered all the bases. No trainer has reinvented the wheel by now. The reason people will pay money for Alvin, for Jay, for Tony, for myself is because of the personality on the other side. That's, again, what people are buying. So nobody is going to replicate anything, but you still have to put out that content.
Yeah.
I would also add podcasts or blogs to the whole free quick, right? Again, people love consuming, especially again in 2020, they want to read more blogs. They're going on more walks, or they're in their cars more. They're listening to more podcasts. So the more you can fill their mind with your time, then when you say, hey guys, work with me, they'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
The next logical step.
Yeah. So then that would lead to this thing that if anybody out there listening is struggling filling their client list or struggling getting people to engage, think about, are you holding back?
Yeah.
Are you holding back? Because energy loves to flow. And if you're stopping that energy by hoarding it,
Yeah.
it's not going to be reciprocal. It's not going to come back to you either.
Yep. And I mean, if we look at, you need a tease, you need a flirt, you need a glimpse of something in order to find out more. I mean, it's one thing to just put a post on Instagram and said, hey, calling all LGBTQ community with anxiety, book a call with me. They're like, wait, what?
Why?
Who are you? Like, what do you
Why?
stand for?
Yeah.
So the more you put yourself out there through education, entertainment, motivation, then it will be easier to book these 30-minute calls and sell them.
And you know, there's that quote, I'm sure you've probably heard of it. It's called that radio station we're all stuck on, WIIFM. What's in it for me? You know, that's all we're stuck on is what's in this for me. And, you know, so Jaime, this is one of the reasons too why some people, the fear of public speaking is a big fear for a lot of people. Right? It's stepping out there. And when I work with people on that, I say, listen, here's a problem. This may be your ego is the problem because you think people actually came to see you. They didn't come to see you. They came to get info. They want to change your lives. So if this was, I heard a great way to put it. They said if there's an auditorium with 1,000 people sitting in the audience, and you're backstage and you're the only one that knew there's a fire out front, and you have to go and tell them, the fear would be gone because you're making about them. See, when you get on stage and you're making about you, of course, you're going to be thinking, geez, what am I saying? How am I going to... It's me, 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 me. Yeah. So if we kind of can do the same thing with our marketing, make it about them. How do I serve? How do I serve at the highest level?
That should really be the foundation of your entire business model in general.
Yeah.
But topic for a different time.
All right. Yes, Jaime's coaching. You can't get the coach out of Jaime. Okay.
No, I mean, Alvin's right, guys, which it does bring us to our, I guess, the second half of our, the podcast today. But the third, I guess you could call it, way of giving away free is the long. So when people do 5-day challenges, 7-day challenges, even a 4-week boot camp, that's its own version of something you could give away for free, right? Do you have experience with challenges or 5-day something like?
Definitely. I've done multiple different ways. I've done a 30-day, even low cost, or even a giveaway. And those people and you know, here's the thing about that is that sometimes that reward doesn't come to you right away. It could be years, it could be months, or it could be a referral. It's something. It's in your hands. There's a great book out there called it's almost like the compound effect. I think that's what it's called, the compound effect. And it's free. You can get it. It's a whole book. It's free. And if you just follow that book, the slight edge, that's it. The slight edge. You can actually get that because it's the same as the compound effect by Darren Hardy. But you can get the slight edge totally free, completely free. But I tell you, now I want to, and there's that spiritual debt. I want to buy whatever he puts out next. I want to buy. I got this for free. I want to buy it. Yeah. So it is. It's so I love long play. Any way I can engage you. Yeah. Because here's the other thing too about that. We need a chance. All of us need, with a new product, we need a chance to actually see if it works. And if you can look at giving away free as a way for you to get up to bat, because in my next book I'm writing on the second book called The 4 Pillars of Greatness. And the last pillar is consistency. Okay, so I'll quickly, the first pillar is clarity. What do you want? Everybody's got to know what you want. Second is courage. Once you develop the clarity and what you want, truly your heart, you need courage though, because that if it's from your heart, it's going to take courage, because to be vulnerable, no one wants to be vulnerable. Sure. The next one is commitment. You got to be committed. And the last C is consistency. So the reason why I brought that up is when you get a chance, when you have a new product or a new service, and you actually get a chance to put it into play and be consistent about it, it builds commitment, it builds courage, and it builds clarity. So if you just want to charge, you never get a chance to put this into play to see if it even works.
Yeah.
And so it's actually a win-win having a test group, a beta group, to take them through, give your value, and find out if your stuff is actually proof of concept, as most business plan would want. Yeah.
Yep. What do you find is your sweet spot for your long game free?
Mm-hmm. Free. Depend on which way I'm going. My sweet spot is I'm always looking at how can I optimize? How can I optimize your body, your mind, your spirit? So mine is all about optimization. How do I help you to optimize? How do I help you to think differently? How do I help you to see it in a different way? How do I help you to make that 1 degree shift, that slight edge, and do it consistently and make that difference? So mine is you'll always hear me looking at how can I make you better. It's been my driving force when I left, athletics, and I wanted to get into the world of health and wellness. My mind's always been stuck on how do I make you better. So I think that's my sweet spot.
I like that. In terms of timing, guys, I remember we were on a platinum call one day and somebody had mentioned a 28-day challenge, and Rockstar Ross shut it down. And he said, mate, at 28 days, they've already done the thing, because at 28 days, they've already convinced themselves they can do it without you. 28 days of free is way too long.
Yeah. Yeah. And and by the way, that was me.
I didn't want to call you out. I knew it was you. I just didn't want to say, hey guys, Alvin, whatever.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I totally agree with him. I was sitting here going, damn, why didn't you tell me that before I did the 28 days?
Yeah.
Because he's right. People want a taste test. They already made that decision that they want to stay with you. And people, especially today, our attention span is so short that the smaller giveaway, the 5-day, the 7-day, the quick, they're making their decision, and you can make it so power packed and short and sweet. So I found that he was 100% right. After day 21 or day 14, you're already gone too much.
Yeah.
So love it.
So let's go into the process for creating your free.
Right.
Step number 1, identify your perfect client.
Yeah.
Right. We've discussed this before. Create the avatar, literally down to what they look like, how much they make, kids or not, right?
Yeah.
Step 2, break down your perfect client to gain an understanding of what it is they need, why they came to you in the first place, what do they struggle with.
Yeah.
And the reason we do this, guys, is because you may think it's a great idea to do a body weight only ebook, because that's your area of expertise, or you think that'll be super easy to design on Canva. But who's to say that that's what your ideal client is actually looking for?
Yeah.
Right? It could be a total waste of your time and energy.
Yeah.
Create something that 10 people have already asked you for.
Yeah.
Or something. Go ahead. Sorry, Alvin.
No, I was going to say backwards engineer. You're right.
Yes. Backwards engineer. See what's currently trending on Instagram, TikTok, Google search, askthepublic.com. See what people are already asking for, then create it based on that. Again, like Alvin said, this isn't about you. This isn't about what's in it for you. You are creating something for them. If you want a body weight ebook, go download your own body weight ebook. Right?
Yep. Success leaves clues.
Yes. So does Google.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Step number 3, find the top 3 milestones or pain points. Alvin, how important is this one specifically?
Well, they say we only move for 2 reasons, right? Pain or pleasure. Right? Most times it's to get out of pain.
Yeah.
And some people like myself, I'm a towards person.
Yeah.
They have a away from or a towards. Some people want to move away from pain.
Yep.
I just don't want to be like that again. I just want to, but I'm a towards. If you tell me about what it's like and it's going to be like, that doesn't move me. I'm more, let's put that carrot in front of me. This is what life's going to look like. This is what you're going to get. That's me. I'm driven by towards.
Yeah.
So yeah, finding out, and you know, Jamie, it just comes back. This, by the way, Jamie listed off 1, 2, 3 steps. That first step, I'm telling you, it's so simple. Who's your audience? But so difficult. You know, you see in TRM, it's like everybody, because at some point someone's going to appeal to you that's not in your sweet spot, and you think, oh, maybe I should go over there. That 80-year-old woman would, oh, I love 80-year-olds because look at that success I had with that 80-year-old. But that's not your market. You might have had an outlier who likes what you do, but stay in your zone. And then what I find is when you stay in your zone and find that little, as you have a couple of quotes, something about the niche. There's a thing you say about the more narrow you get. I think there's something you say about that.
I don't know. I mean, I talk about it all the time, but like essentially go deep, not wide.
Exactly. There's something you say that just totally hits it. But in a nutshell, the narrower you can get into that, like your market, it is so cut narrow. There's no fat on it. It's just boom, you're talking. And what you find is that you don't have to sit and go, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to say? It just automatically flows because it's so narrow that you're talking to them automatically.
Yeah.
When you're wide, you can't figure, you're just trying to contrive about what you're going to say today. You can't figure it out. You can't figure out what to post. I mean, so the narrower you can get, the closer you can get to their pain and speak to it. Every post you do, speak to that pain, speak to that pleasure, whatever it is that drives them, that makes them come alive, that aspirational marketing that makes them want to aspire to be better people. Speak to that every single time.
So if we apply that exact philosophy to creating something for free, a good example would be, let's say despite everything Alvin and I have been saying for 20 minutes, you still want to create this free body weight ebook.
Right.
What you would do is say something to the effect of at-home body weight guide to build rock star confidence.
Right. Yeah.
Or your beach fall back into fitness workout, because everyone knows. And then you a couple paragraphs about busy moms losing their identities as their kids go back to school and they seem to be doing everything for everybody else except for themselves. This is the body weight workout to get you back to you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's huge. I call it a dog whistle. You know, right? Because when you blow it, no one else can hear it but that
one niche.
That's me. Yeah, that's me. You're talking to me. And here's the thing. And you know this is something you know for sure. Your price is, you can write your ticket.
Yeah.
When you're speaking so specifically to that person, you're writing your ticket.
Right.
And that is no one else understands me. What do you charge? I'll pay it because you're talking to me. That's me.
Yep.
So it's huge. Knowing your market, I'm telling you, it sounds so simple, but geez, so hard.
No, that's why we keep, it's like maybe 3 or 4 of the 12 modules we do in TRM. We've talked about it on this podcast at least half a dozen times, and there are only 10 episodes. It is absolutely, because it's the basis of everything. It's the basis of your messaging. It's the basis of your marketing. It's going to be the basis of your free product or free consult call or free long challenge, whatever.
Yeah. Don't spend a dime on marketing if you have not. Do not. If you're spending money right now on anything, don't until you figure it out, because you're wasting your money. And most likely, if you're listening to this and you're thinking of joining us, most likely if you look back at your track record, it's futile. You're not going to be earning what you should be earning for the money you're putting out for marketing. So
Alvin, what is your current free? What is your hook right now?
Well, the compatibility call, and I also have a PDF that someone can download, and I have obviously that compatibility call and a 30-minute, and then I also have a discounted initial price. Some people haven't been coached before, so I've created a lower level entry point. So I have a few low level entry points. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was the biggest mistake you ever made regarding free?
Possibly, here's the thing. So the free thing, it's great if there's an ask at the end.
Sure.
By the way,
Of course.
By the way,
Of course.
I would not give away anything if you haven't trained your audience, for lack of a better word, to give you something at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Know that something's coming where I'm going to be asking.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest mistakes I made at the beginning, because I'm so passionate about giving, was I gave for too long. Hate to mention how long. And then when I went to ask, they went, "Oh, well, this is not. No, I'm out. I'm not buying. You've been giving me all this stuff for free, and you never." So at least let them know there's a time limit to the free, or there's an end goal to the free. Take the free ebook, but sign up for something. Some exchange must be made. I've even seen programs where they say, pay $1 for my program. Just give a credit card, $1 for this $1,900 package. Just this is special. Here's $1. But what it did was I gave my credit card.
Yeah.
And it opened me up to upsell instead of nothing. So yeah. So there's free, but with a strategy.
Brilliant. Always. Yes. Call to action.
Yeah.
But your call to action is your dog whistle.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Alvin, there needs to be a part B, obviously, because we are out of time and we could keep going.
Yes. Yes. Jamie.
But I want to thank you so much for the gold nuggets. Guys, I told you, he is not only full of knowledge, but so much experience. You are invaluable. Invaluable.
I appreciate you. And I got to say, before we leave, when I entered TRM to learn about, I always believe in hiring coaches to not figure it out on my own, because the same mind that creates a problem can't be the same mind that solves it, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be beating around. So I jumped on TRM, and I tell you, you all remind me of me. Sometimes you lose your way when I was as passionate as you are, and after a while of working in your business, you lose your way. And both you and the team brought me back to that fire, lit the fire again. And now I want to go out there and crush. So it was perfect timing. I love your fire. Keep that up. Light it up.
Alvin, we are so grateful to have you as a leader now in TRM.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's me who's benefiting. So awesome.
You're the best. Guys, if you found value in today's episode, please share it on your Instagram, your Facebook, wherever. Be sure to tag @Jaime91, @MindsetMatt, @Trainer Revenue Multiplier, and
@Alvin.B.Brown.
There we go. We are on all the major podcast platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. So be sure to subscribe, rate us. And if you happen to miss today's episode, you can always catch up. We will also be live on the Trainer Revenue Multiplier Facebook page every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for tuning in and have an amazing day.
Bye, everyone.